Panthers win in overtime. Unbelievable.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, a Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven.
My name is Jerry.
Let's get into the game preview. Brought to you by Manscaped. The Lawnmower 3.0, we talked about it last week during our preview. We'll talk about it again a little bit here. Get the Lawnmower 3.0, a new razor this year from Manscaped. They have perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created. It's what you need. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code MeowMixPodcast, and you get 20% off your order with free shipping. They've got all kinds of stuff there. It's not just about trimming your ball hair. They've got grooming kits, body wash, deodorant. They've got all kinds of stuff there. So check it out, manscaped.com, promo code MeowMixPodcast, 20% off, free shipping. Your balls will thank you, and we will thank you. All right, we're going to kick it off with the injury report. We'll start with the Falcons because they have a bunch of limited participants in practice. Only one DNP for the Falcons. To Carlst McKinley, a defensive end, did not practice. The rest of these limited practice: Caleb McGarry, tackle; Alex Mack, center; Julio Jones, wide receiver, ever heard of him; and Russell Gage, wide receiver. For the Panthers, it's a little bit of a mixed bag here. Zach Kerr did not practice. He was not on the injury report yesterday, did not practice Tuesday. That's not always a good sign, especially with KK out. We need Zach Kerr. Toe is what it says.
Oh.
I know, the dreaded toe. Russell Okung did not practice with a calf, and then Eli Apple, he's gone, so don't need to mention him. John Miller, limited participant in practice with an ankle injury. And then full participant Marquise Hayes and F.A. Obata, both on the report, but full participants. So not terrible for the Panthers, but keep an eye on that Zach Kerr injury because that could be a big one.
Yeah, Okung too.
Okung as well.
Played all right, but I mean, that's huge. Okung has been pretty much the anchor over there when he's out there. And the team protects Teddy Bridgewater just better. Pure and simple. They protect him better when he's out there.
Yeah, well, for sure. I mean, he's easily our best left tackle for sure. Probably our best offensive lineman overall. You could argue Moten, but
I was going to say I would lean Moten because he seems to stay healthier and
yeah. Well, definitely we hope Okung is out there. Looking at the betting lines here, the Panthers are once again the favorite, 2.5-point favorite over the Falcons. So that's a pretty close line. Over under in this game is 49, which feels low to me.
Yeah.
I think I'd go the over. Of course, if you're looking at the weather, could be a muddy field, could be a tough to get footing. You never know, but yeah. Carolina won, of course, their last meeting, which was a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time the Panthers had beaten the Falcons in a few years. So hoping to create a new winning streak here. And I'll kick it to you, Jerry, to start the preview.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Atlanta won 2 weeks ago, and they were so close again to winning last week. This is a good roster. Overall, they're just a good roster that struggles putting all 4 quarters together. They're scoring 26 points a game, but giving up 29 points a game. Meanwhile, Carolina is only scoring 23 points a game. I know our offense has been really clicking, it seems like, but they're not putting together scoring drives. It's not ending in touchdowns and getting field goals. That's very important. I know it's a key every week anymore. And the defense is only giving up 24. So these two teams are very similar, to be honest with you. I know the records are different, but they're both averaging only 105 yards per game on their ground. And Atlanta's throwing the ball more. They're almost averaging 300 yards a game, while the Panthers are only at 260 through the air. It's going to be a really close game, I think. It really worries me just in general with the sloppiness of our team and Julio Jones out there, it's going to be a really close game. I'm just really kind of nervous about it. The best thing we have going for us is their pass defense sucks. 31st in the league, giving up 368 yards per game. And Teddy threw for 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a really nice game. Honestly, that's what I think has to happen again.
Agreed. Yeah. And that's why I think that over under is a little low, because I think this is going to be a track meet. I agree with you. I think this is going to be a close game. The Falcons have looked good since they fired Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been 2 weeks, but they, won one. They actually destroyed that team that they played right after they fired Dan Quinn. I don't remember what team it was, but they put up 40 points. And then last week they should have won against, was it Philly?
No, it was Detroit Lions.
Detroit, that's right. They should have beaten Detroit, and if not for a mental mistake by Todd Gurley, who accidentally scored a touchdown when he shouldn't have.
He tried to stop.
So, when you're losing a game because you accidentally scored a touchdown, like, okay, I mean, it happens, I guess. But, yeah, to me, the key to this game is going to be, and it's going to sound weird, but I'm going to say stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers have had a difficult time stopping the run all year, just like last year. I mean, story of the Panthers the last several years. But not letting Todd Gurley get going like he did in week 1 against us. He looked pretty good. I think he had over 100 yards.
Yeah, he had 14 carries, 121 yards.
Yeah.
And a touchdown. And Hill had 6 carries for 39 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were just running all over us that whole game. I mean, I remember when we did our recap, we were shocked that they didn't run it more than they did. Yeah. I mean, 24 times. Yeah. They were average.
Todd Gurley only 14 rushes, but it was that's like 7 yards a rush or something, right? I mean, he was killing it. Yeah, this is going to be a key for me for the Panthers, is to stop the run, make the Falcons one-dimensional, force them to throw the ball, and that way you can sort of load up and rush the quarterback. You know what's coming. Putting pressure on Matt Ryan, as we say every week, putting pressure on the quarterback is a key to making them make mistakes. And Matt Ryan, they have a lot of long developing plays in Atlanta.
And I knocked Phil Snow for this last week. Matt Ryan is not Drew Brees. He's not the dip and dunk guy. If Phil Snow wants to run that umbrella type of defense, this is a good team to do it against. I mean, we held him to 226 yards last year, and that's good. That's a good game for us. I mean, hopefully they don't take a page from the Saints playbook and just dip and dunk on us like the Saints did. And if that happens, dear Phil Snow, update what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see some time in the film room bear some results in this game and see some different stuff from the Panthers defensively, especially. Because like I said, they've got Julio Jones, they've got Calvin Ridley. Those are guys who can run short routes, but they often get those deep throws, to them. And that takes a while to develop. So you're going to have an opportunity here to go after Matt Ryan. We did it in the first game, and I'd like to see the Panthers do it again in this game. I think it's going to be super important to create turnovers here. The Panthers, in that first game that we played against them, the score was close. The game really wasn't. The Panthers controlled that game pretty much from start to finish, even with Todd Gurley looking like he looked, which was like Todd Gurley of old. So I'm hoping that the Panthers can repeat that success.
Yeah. We had 2 sacks last game. I think this is the game that we finally get more than 2 sacks a game. Can I say that? I feel like every time I say that, we get none the next day, the game. But I have a feeling we're going to get like 4 sacks this game. I think Brian Burns, 4 sacks, and I think Brian Burns is going to have at least 2. I think he's developed into a great pass rusher, but unfortunately, he's our only pass rusher realistically. So they kind of purposely try to block him. But I think get him going, rattle Matt Ryan, try to not give up the big plays to Julio and Calvin Ridley. And like you said, lock Todd Gurley down to 4 yards per carry or less. And that's what we need to do in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I'd if you want to make a bet out of that 4 sacks, I'd gladly take a bet on that. If you want to put it at 3.5, because even though I think the Panthers will get to Matt Ryan in this game, I think it's going to continue to not result in sacks because for some reason the Panthers just can't do it. But I think as long as they can get to Ryan, like they did in the first game, they had 2 sacks, as you said, but they hit him 4 or 5 times. I think they knocked a couple down at the line. Like they were getting to the quarterback. They just weren't quite collecting the sack. But I think it's another like 2 or 3 sack game here. So I'll gladly put that on the board if you'd like to.
Beer bet of the week.
All right, let's do it. Against the Falcons in the first game, by the way, we gave up no sacks to Teddy. So that we definitely would like to see replicated.
Very much so. Keeping Teddy Bridgewater upright and a clean enough pocket. I know this O-line doesn't give a perfectly clean pocket. We all know that. But giving Teddy enough time to get the ball out quickly. And Teddy does a good job of keeping the plays alive. Yeah. But the few times that he has made mistakes, it's because he's under constant duress.
Yeah, I mean, Teddy's super accurate and generally makes the right decision, but put pressure on him, just like any quarterback, he can make a mistake. So Panthers have been pretty good about that this year. You know, there's really only 1 or 2 games I can think of where we just weren't able to stop the rush. So I think, you know, as much sort of injury strife that the Panthers have had to deal with on the O-line, as we seem to have to do every year except for 2015, they've done a pretty good job with Teddy, and Teddy helps them too by getting rid of the ball quickly and stepping up in the pocket, moving around. You know, he's pretty good at that. So I'm actually not that worried if we do happen to not have a Kung for this game, just because I think the Panthers, that first of all, they've had to deal with it for a few games this year, and they know how to do it. They know how to account for that. And again, the line's just been pretty good this year.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see really if what Greg Little has too. I hate saying it like that, but I mean, right now he's not doing that good. He's looking like a bust. Yeah.
Dennis Daly not on the injury report, so
woohoo!
We could see him this year or this week. He didn't play last week, did he? I don't think he did.
I think he started. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. That would be great. Any other thoughts on the game before we get to predictions?
Go Panthers. No, I'm pretty good. I am nervous about this game, but overall, yeah, just keep doing what they did last week. We need to stop that run. That is a big key, and just go out there and play. Have some fun.
Yeah, have some fun. All right, I've got a game prediction here. I think that my prediction for this game is that we will see Christian McCaffrey. He will play in this game. I'm going to say like about 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday afternoon, it will be announced that Christian McCaffrey will be active for the game. And he's going to come out and play with a vengeance, over 150 total yards, 2 touchdowns. He's back.
Wow. So that's your bold prediction.
That's my bold prediction.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to go with the 4 sacks for my bold prediction because I really thought it, but
that's fine. I think that's still bold because I don't think it's going to happen.
Man, first of all, coming back and then having 150 total yard. I hope
He's
so.
Well rested. He's well rested.
He is. Hopefully that ankle's 100%. But yes,
this would be a great defense for him to come back against. Like, let's just put it out there. I mean, this is a good matchup for him to come back on.
Yeah. I have another Carolina Panthers victory, 27, Atlanta Falcons 20. I think we're going to do pretty well here.
Yeah. So you have the under then. You have them at 47 total points. I think they're
Oh.
going over total. I think this is going to be a high scoring game on both ends, and I think it's actually going to be a closer game than that. I had the Panthers winning by a field goal, 33-30, and it's going to be a Joey Sly field goal at the very end. Time running out. Panthers get the victory.
If anybody knows
That's
Joey
two bold
Slide,
predictions, by
you
the way.
know, hook up that bromance, please let us know.
Yeah, I mean, just, like a signed jersey would be great. Also, Joey, just I know you're out there. You're listening. All right, I think that's gonna do it, Jerry.
All right. We want to thank everyone for listening. If you like the show, please let your friends know. Please follow us on Twitter at MeowMix Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at mailbag@meowmixpodcast.com. If you leave us a 5-star review with a comment on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on our show.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday morning, actually, because we do have a Thursday night game. We will be back Friday morning with our recap of the Thursday night, hopefully Panthers victory. And then I think, Jerry, we were talking about doing another podcast coming out Monday before we get back to our regularly scheduled Wednesday or Thursday preview.
We plan on doing mid-season report cards and the playoffs.
Yeah, a little playoff preview, perhaps. Triple P. So until Friday morning, everybody stay safe out there. Get your beer, get your chip and dip. Watch that game Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And vote.
And get out and vote. Yeah. And we'll probably tell you to get out and vote again on Friday. All right, everybody. Until Friday, stay safe and keep pounding.